100 opening day events at Monadnock. Nice to have you back with us. A nice, bright, sunny day. There is no snow on the ground and no ice in the air, although the air's a little chilly. Glad to have you with us. We hope that you'll be enjoying the show tonight. We have a well-packed evening of racing, including, of course, the Valenti Modified Racing Series with a 100-lapper coming up, plus our Young Guns, Mini Stocks, Thunderstocks, Super Stocks, Pro 4 Modified, Sportsman Mods, and Lightning Stocks. From Whately, Mass. in the 03. Another Justin Fayford in the 04 from Westminster, Massachusetts. And in the 3 Vermont, Joey Rogers got here late, but he got here. Mini Stock 8-lap qualifier on their way here. Whoa, look out. Julia and DJ get tied up together. First damage of the weekend with a torn up front bumper, but still going. DJ gets back on it. Bill Lambert pulled his down off the track. It's Beth and Mike. That's going to be the battle you're going to see all year long, I think. No doubt about it. Joe Collins holding his own in 3rd place. Joey Rogers has worked her way up to 4th. Julia Raymond underneath Joel Monahan trying to catch the field here. Get that car up front and then get it in the pits and get that front nose piece put back together. Somebody's got a popper there. Joe Collins and Joe Rogers. Joey Rogers in a nice new paint job in the 3 Vermont Volkswagen. Comes right up onto his bumper, gives him a little bit of a tap. Halfway now. Actually, Collins fighting it out with Rogers. Up front, it's Adams fighting it out with Stebbins, and they've got DJ Lazelle right in front of them, working their way around the young ball player. Played on the championship soccer team for Twins Valley. Whoa, look out! Joe Collins gets tapped, slides out of the way as Justin Fayford, another one of his former Young Gun drivers, got tangled up with him. White flag for the leaders. Should I say checkered flag for the leaders, a white flag for the rest of the field. Rogers 3rd, Fayford 4th, Raymond 5th, Collins 6th, and Monahan 7th. 8 belongs to DJ Lazelle. From Lightning Stock to Mini Stock in the 93, that's Tim Paquette from Bennington. So this field is loaded with rookies. Should be pretty interesting to see how it goes. Eric Pomasco will bring them to the green. Pomasco on his way. McTaggart on the outside. They hammer it down with McKnight. Then sort of a rookie, a veteran super stocker, but trying his luck in mini stock competition. Dana Shepard runs 4th. 5th is Cameron Sontag in a car that was driven last year by JT Cloutier and won a few races. Here comes Tim Paquette, Sonia Carey, and Ethan Marsh. McTaggart gets the lead. Pomasco, McKnight rather, Shepard, and Sontag. Sontag doing pretty well for a rookie. Working lap 3. Halfway coming up. McTaggart, Pomasco, McKnight, Dana Shepard, Cameron Sontag, Tim Paquette making a run for the front now. Tim's had plenty of laps in the Lightning Stock division and the Enduros before that. First time out here in one of the NASCAR Whelen mini stock competition. 2 to go as they cross the stripe for lap 6. Up on the back bumper of Ethan Marsh, here comes Chris McTaggart, Pomasco and McKnight, Sontag and Shepard. Tim Paquette still climbing toward the top with 1 lap to go. The rookies trying to get used to this. A little bit faster, a little bit better tires. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Chris McTaggart picking up the win. Eric Pomasco second. Kevin McKnight third. Fourth belongs to the 13 of Cameron Sontag, and fifth goes to Dana Shepard. Tim Paquette catches the field to finish in 6th. Jared Edson, Paul Barnard, Caleb Cashman, Tyler Janofsky, 8 laps. Here they come. Tyler's ready to rock and roll as the green comes out. Henry Martin jumps out in front. Martin, Edson, Barnard and Janofsky, then Caleb. Henry Martin, Jared Edson has raced in numbers of different cars with numbers of different numbers. He chose 88 for this year. Henry Martin holding him at bay. Somebody's got to find some room. Jared looks inside. Henry says, nope, I'm staying down here. So Paul Barnard can't make a pass yet either until they really get bunched up. Meanwhile, Caleb just feeling the car out. The only time he's really been in it was at practice last Saturday. Now, Jared's up on the outside at the halfway point in the race. Jared working to the outside of Henry. And at the stripe, it looks like he may have grabbed that lead. Certainly has it going off turn 2. Jared Edson cranking it up. Henry Martin fighting back on the inside of turn 3. Barnard stays there along with Janofsky. Everybody holding their line. Now Jared's got a clear lead. Henry holds the low side. If anyone's going to pass him, they're going to have to go to the high side to get around him. 2 to go. Getting their feet wet in this first ever Thunderstock qualifying race. Caleb Cashman gets the 2 to go as the rest of the field gets the white flag. Caleb will probably see Jared go flying by him before this one's over. Oh, look out. Barnard tried to go low. Henry took him right down to the bottom, and Tyler said, okay, I'll go around all of you guys. Caleb goes around. Checkered flag for Jared Edson. Henry holds on for second. Tyler fought it, came in third. Barnard drops back to fourth, and Caleb will be the fifth and final finisher. Doug Guy and Marshall and Jason Barden, Marshall Usher and David Greenslit, Craig Chafee. 8 laps of qualifying, round 2 for the Thunderstock division. Here they come. Barden gets the jump on the outside. Green comes out. Who's going to wheel it down into turn 1 with the lead? Barden. Greenslit right behind him. Guy slips up a little bit. Underneath comes Marshall Usher. Hustles him out of the way and takes it over. Greenslit slips down to the bottom. Jason Barden will wheel off the corner, and Barden will be your leader with Usher, Greenslit, then the 28 for... Whoa, hang on! Overcorrects, and around goes Craig Chafee. Refires it, spins it around on the backstretch. He still has a shot at catching up to him. As Barden comes along, he's just got to keep that back end nailed down as he tries to pick up speed with tire smoke trailing him. Here comes Jason Barden to complete lap 3. Barden, Usher, Greenslit, Doug Guy 4th, Craig Chafee running 5th where he started. He'll get used to a bigger car. He completes his third circuit. It's halfway for the rest of the field. Craig trying his best to stay out front of the leaders. Jason Barden, David Greenslet putting a challenge on Marshall Usher now. Marshall's got quite a few years behind the wheel of a car like that in this type of division. Had some wins here last year. Craig will have to stay low this time as Barden comes by with 2 to go. Greenslet slips into second spot off turn 4. Doug Guy drifting back a little bit now as Barden, Greenslet, and Usher run up front. And Craig Chaffee experiences being lapped. Checkered flag coming up. And the win goes to Jason Barden with Marshall Usher and David Greenslet behind him. Doug Guy will get, if he can, hold on, Doug, comes in for the 4th spot. Quickly out in front goes Tom Carey. Alyssa drops into second spot. Bill Johnson swinging to the high side of Leary. Alyssa and Bill had a little set to last week in practice. Alyssa's rear end locked up coming off of turn 4 just as Bill came around and caught the back of her car and stripped the entire right side sheet metal off his car. That's been replaced, as you can see. He almost took a piece out of the Armco barrier in the backstretch. While Carey runs out in front and Alyssa holds on to second. Johnson's got his hands full of Tyler Leary this year. Tyler coming down into the corner real hard. Jets underneath the back of Alyssa. Alyssa managed to take up enough racetrack to hold on to second spot as Tyler and Johnston rub hubs coming off turn 2. Tyler dives hard into the corner this time and drives underneath Alyssa. That opens the door up for the 33 of John Lavoie. Lavoie usually likes to run the outside. Now there's a little bit of pressure being put on Carey as they come off turn 4. Leary going way low. Lavoie looking way high. 2 laps to go this time by Carey, Leary, and Lavoie, then Johnston. Leary way down to hold that inside. That's opening it up for Lavoie on the outside. Drives it hard into 3 with the white flag in the air. John Lavoie testing the waters here to see how he's going to be able to run in the main event later on. That'll be a 25 lapper. And he pulls into second as they come off turn 2. It's going to be Carey, Lavoie, Leary, Johnston, and Rivera in that order to wrap it up for the first of our Superstock qualifiers. Eight laps. This will be followed by Sports Pro 4 modified qualifying. Strebel gets a quick jump. McDonald gets a little sideways. Nancy Muni slides inside. Thompson gets sideways. A little contact with Tyler Lescord, but nothing bad. Those back tires just didn't want to grip the track. Is a little bit on the cold and windy side. And we will regroup and restart. Dave Strebel, Ian McDonald, Nancy Muni, James Thompson, Tyler Lescord. Now they pick it up, still waiting for the green, and they've got it. Looks like Nancy's got a camera sitting up there in the top of her car to photograph for fun. Strebel gets out in front. McDonald's running with him pretty strongly here. Had a rough time of it last year. Had a real hard time keeping the car to handle. Pontiac looks a little bit more stable this year. Nancy running third. Lescord fourth. Thompson fifth. Dave Strebel, a veteran dirt track driver from Lebanon Valley who made the switch over here 5 or 6 years ago and has adapted very nicely. Probably has a better feel for the track having raced on dirt than some of the guys who had only raced on asphalt. McDonald staying with Strebel pretty nicely. Nancy Muni slipping back just a little bit as we get through the halfway point. Strebel and McDonald. Pair of Pontiacs running up front. The Monte Carlos are trailing. Two laps to go when they cross the stripe this time. Oh, hang on. Ian got a little bit out of his groove. The back end wanted to come loose on him. A little loose off of 2 again. Not quite as bad. White flag coming up. This time Lescord dives underneath Nancy Muni and is able to crank it up and move into third on the final circuits here. So does Thompson this time as Nancy gives him some room. Checkered flag in the air. The 49 is Joe LeMay. Haven't seen him here before. Nice to have him. Getting ready to take the green. We'll catch up with the rest of them in a minute. On their way they come. 21, Mark Giordano. Flying up high, that 27's up in the danger zone. And manages to come out of it okay. 21L, that is Mark Charette. 21L, Mark Charette. Your leader in the 73, Randy Cabral. First time here, I think Randy's run here in a midget, but not in a Pro 4. Phil Lozier. Lozier, then the 27 for Derek Roby. In the 93, moving back, Randy Clark. The 07 is Bergman. Ran in the 1 New Hampshire. The 21 is Mark Charette. Joe LeMay in the 49, and the 97 bringing up the rear is Casey Willett. A couple of the light cars are making some pretty good time here. Right now, Randy Cabral has got him covered with 2 to go. Phil Lozier and Derek Roby, then Robin Bergman, and the leading light is Mark Charette, followed by Norm Wren the third, Randy Clark. 1 lap to go. Are they closing in on the 73? Looks like Lozier may be picking it up. Cutting through the infield in the 80 is Tom Royer, a Swansea, New Hampshire driver. And the win goes to Randy Cabral, Phil Lozier, and Derek Roby, your top 3. Robin Bergman goes to 4, and finding the 5th spot is Mark Charette. Operation after the season last year, and basically doesn't have a ride. So this is keeping his hand in. Brian Chapin, John Studley, Todd Patnode, and Brad Zahetsky. Here they come, jumping the gun on the green, and that screws everybody up. I think think you're going to see a caution here. Chapin, Patnode, and Studley with Zahensky. Then it's Kaiser and Leclerc. Give them a couple of laps to get some heat built into the tires, and they should be in good shape. Chapin, Patnode, and Studley. Studley looking strong. Seems to have figured the track out. Zahensky has been on the track in a different kind of race car, but certainly is getting used to this modified stuff. Halfway coming up here. Patnode trying to cut the margin a little bit here in the qualifier. They're in. They don't have to worry too much about where they're going to start because they'll redraw the top drivers anyway. 2 laps coming up here for Patnode, Chapin, Studley, and Zahensky, Kaiser and Leclerc. White flag in the air. Chapin's race to lose. Patnode still trying to chew up some distance here. Checkered flag coming up. Patnode trying to close down, but Chapin's going to pick up the win. Brian Chapin, Todd Patnode, John Studley, Brad Zahensky, and your 5th and final qualifier in the 27, Les Kaiser. Eric Leclerc coming up at the back. Okay, Adam brings them down. Here they come. Almost loose on the start, but he takes up enough racetrack to stay in front. Adam Norton, whoa, way up out of line. Unlike Keith Carzello, gets a twitch. Fifield moves into second. Williams up high, bangs into the back of Trevor Blow's machine. Adam Norton just flying down that backstretch. Billy Kimball just trying to find a way to get around the 94. Probably doesn't want to show his hand. Sees some daylight on the inside, and he'll go down low in turn 1 and take over the second spot, turn up the wick, and go after Adam Norton. That'll be the battle all season long. I think you're going to find Kimball and Norton fighting it out for the lead and for the wins. Keith Carzello's had his share of victory lane, so has Fifield. Adam Norton just got it on a rail coming around turn 4. The guys that have turns 3 and 4 figured out are the ones who make the best time. Two laps coming up here. For Norton, at least this time, it's no contest. 2 rookies in the field, along with the veterans, T.J. Blow and Greg Williams. White flag out for Adam Norton as he continues to cruise well out in front in this one. And checkered flag for Adam Norton, Bill Kimball second, Keith Carzello, Steve Fifield, T.J. Blow, and Greg Williams rounded out. Jarvenpaugh on the front row, Kendall and McMichael, Rivette and Cloutier. Here they come, first time out of the box for a couple of these guys. A slow start for Reznicki, and quickly Jarvenpaugh jumps out in front with McMichael. And on the outside, making a run, is JT Cloutier. A pair of 13s working their way around Reznicki. Whoa, look out. JT got a little bit too over anxious coming out of there. Trying to get it fired up and get out there. Here he comes, too late. He's going to lose one. Get it fired up and get going before they get to him again. Here comes Jarvenpah with McMichael right on his bumper. Scott McMichael was one of the guys who was in the hunt for the NASCAR championship last year with Bill Kimball, and has chosen to run with us this year in Jarvenpah and McMichael looking pretty strong. Joey Kendall kind of got outdistanced there. Kim Rivette holding her own. She's ahead of Resnicki. That 99 is the 5A that Alyssa Rivera drove last year, but they've offered the ride to Kimmy to get a feel for it, while Alyssa has a new modified prepared for her for use next season. White flag coming up. On their way to the checkered flag, here comes Tyler Jarvenpah with Scott McMichael. The lap car of JT, then Joey Kendall. Here's the battle coming up to the line, and Kimmy pulls off the 4th spot.